What are you doing? Setting up our tripod?
Yeah, that's our tripod. Since the boss doesn't buy me one. Not a coffee cup though.
No, it's called a mixer.
Hopefully it doesn't flip that. I guess I better put it back here.
So that was Dr. Eric Thomas. He's like one of your favorite.
Yeah, I like listening to him and the station we listen to.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody had a Merry
It's
Christmas.
motivational.
We are going to do some more questions and answers here with the boss.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the video so that we can see where we left off at, what questions we didn't answer. Okay.
Boss bought me a lot of new stuff this year, but she didn't give me a bonus.
You didn't get a bonus?
A new weed eater.
I think that's considered a bonus.
A new
Don't you guys
two
think?
sprayers.
Yes, I think it's considered
Redoing
a
the
bonus.
trailer. We'll have a video on that. Maybe we'll do a couple part video on that.
Yeah.
So
It's going to definitely be a couple different parts because he
we're sanding it, putting all the new wood down, painting it, doing everything.
Okay.
So what questions do we have today, boss?
Okay, let's start with a dreaded question. How would you recommend dropping a customer because you underbid them when you started your lawn care business? We definitely know all too well.
Just call them up and tell them we don't want to do your yard no more? That's not the right way, right?
And like, what, just, or maybe just not contact them anymore?
Or we keep them for 6 years like we have. And they're 27 miles away from our house.
So yeah, so we have some experience in this. When we first started our business, which if you guys looked back at the videos, we explained this before, but we originally moved to about 20 miles away from here, right?
Yeah, up in West Asheville. And that's in western North Carolina.
Yes. So we based our business there. You know, we would go up north a little, go down south a little bit, but not so much. We would stay pretty much where we were and then up over.
Yeah, when we started, we didn't really go this far south where we moved. I don't know why the boss made us move all the way down.
We moved into a development is what we did. And then from there, we moved on to a farm.
Yes.
So. But anyway, we did have experience with clients that we had to drop. There was actually a couple clients that Carl quoted. He ended up getting the job. He went out there and did it once, and it was just too much for us to handle, or for him to handle solo.
Yeah, it was on a steep hill, so I had to tell her, I was like, listen, I apologize. I don't like doing this, but it's just too much for me to do right now. And that's when we started, and we didn't have the right equipment. I don't think I'd do it now. We actually dropped a bunch of accounts that we used to go every 3 weeks and just weed eat the whole mountainside, but it runs a risk when you do that with bees. There's yellow jackets in the ground, and I can't afford to get. I got stung by a whole bunch of bees doing a hill, and I kind of broke that finger and messed my shoulder up a little bit because I refused to let the weed eater go when I ran and took a dive. I held the weed eater and didn't want to drop it. But this year we have to get rid of some more clients, but we're gonna tell them, you know, they're further away. We're based down in Mills River area, Arden, Fletcher area. We don't want to go all the way up there. And it's a client that's been with us for 7 years, and we've never even raised the price on some of them. But we're going to have to pass them on to a couple other companies that we know.
Right. So our best advice is to just call up the client and be very honest.
And make sure if you're going to do it, try to have somebody as a backup to give them a reference to be able to go do that property that's in that area. Our reasons of leaving some of the clients are because of the travel time. We are trying to consolidate our route this year so we can add more accounts. So that's
Yeah.
advice on that.
And if it's an issue with underbidding, again, just be honest with the client. Either say that you have to move them to a weekly schedule to make it more profitable for you, or, you're going to have to raise the price a little bit. It just,
I mean, because it might be mean to say, but I'm really not in the business to be doing people favors. I'm in the business to make money and make a living.
no,
for
but
our
you don't want
family.
to tell a client that.
No, I'm not going to tell a client.
But again,
telling
just
everybody else.
right, just be honest and try to let them down as easily as possible. I
Yes.
guess. So, what form of advertising have we been most successful at?
Do we even advertise much? I don't know if we can really give 100% answer on that question because we've
No.
never really tried the advertising.
I mean, to be honest with you, our best advertising has been word of mouth, and every time you put you and your mower on a property, that's your advertisement.
So make sure you do the best job you can because, like a lot of people will tell you, a bad job will spread faster than a good job.
It really will.
So-
More people will speak and talk to others and gossip when they're unhappy versus when they're happy.
And this year,
so.
we've gotten most of our accounts probably from referrals. I'd say we
From
probably picked up-
referrals, we do have that Google My Business account, which I've told you guys before. Number one, absolutely, sign yourself up for that Google My Business. And then like Facebook and just being active on social media, I think helps those hits with your website. So then when people type in, and also those keywords, so when they type into Google lawn care business in Asheville, we're hoping that we're going to pop up. But other than that, we haven't gone out and, we've ordered door hangers and we've done a few here and there.
I think we might have put 50 out of 500 we ordered.
And honestly, you guys, the statistics for, people actually calling you off of door hangers and different stuff like that is not that great. Like I said, your best advertisement is going to be word of mouth, I believe.
Yeah. Now, I think this year we're going to do a little more. We're going to try to put ourselves out there. Maybe
Right.
put a sign on the trailer. We've never had.
Right.
any sign
I
on the
definitely
trailer.
agree that with any type of advertising on your truck, any clothing that you wear, people are going to see that. And even if they don't come up to you and ask you, maybe they'll remember your name and go home and Google it and then give you a call. So,
We've had people walk down the clients of ours that are like 10 blocks away, don't even know the client, and ask who does your lawn, and we've gotten jobs from that too. Mm-hmm. We just picked up a nice account doing all the fertilizing, all the mowing, leaf cleanups, everything, just because he's seen me working out in one lady's yard and asked me to come and look at his house. 2 people in that area.
yes. Yeah, right in that development. Okay, so here's a really good question from one of our wonderful subscribers. He definitely always comments. What is your plan for next season to be more profitable? Do you plan on reducing your travel routes? And I know you also want to acquire more weekly client accounts. Will this impact some of your current customers that are not, weekly?
Well,
And yes, that's our goal, really.
yes, is to consolidate our route. I mean, we want to eliminate anything north of the city, which would knock out a good 20 miles round trip for us every week. And time-wise, because it takes an hour to get up there. You can mow 4 lawns down here in that amount of time.
Right.
So
Now, we also, Carl did, get licensed for fertilizer and treating lawns. So, our experience is people that treat their lawns and fertilize, they're going to take more care of their lawn.
and they need to be weekly. If you're
Right.
fertilizing somebody's lawn and you're still cutting it bi-weekly, it's not good for your equipment. I mean, I know the mowers are built for that, but in the long run, you're killing yourself, especially if you leave your lawn well manicured. manicured. If you mow at 2 weeks and you're fertilizing with the rain we get about 60 plus inches a year usually.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a mess. You're going to have to double cut it or bag it all the time.
And use your extension office to, help explain to your clients why it needs to be weekly, why it's so, the height of the grass really should not be more than 4 inches because then it's going to weaken the roots.
Yes.
There's just so many reasons to keep your lawn mowed on a weekly basis when, even when you're not fertilizing.
And a tip, having it 4 inches high all the time, cutting it at like 4 inches, 3.5, 4 helps with the weeds and stuff. What was the other part of that question?
So then, going into about us.
What would affect our...
Yeah.
Now,
so how do we plan to become more profitable and, reducing those routes and acquiring more weekly accounts?
Yes, and what we're going to do, if it'll affect any of the clients we have now, we are going to hit it hard advertising in the beginning of February in a couple specific neighborhoods by us. And it just depends. For every couple of weeklies we pick up, we're going to knock off further bi-weeklies. So hopefully we can find out before the season starts so we can give these people give them a notice before, so they got to find somebody else.
Right.
And we will refer them to a couple people we know if they're interested.
Yeah, and that's all about, getting to know the other companies in your area. It really should be you guys working together and helping each other out. And
we have a couple good guys that are on YouTube in our area, like Dan Humphreys, right?
Yeah, he's not on YouTube, but
Yeah.
Definitely active in social media and,
Massey.
Blackwood, we've also said that we've done, dealt with for years. So
Yeah, Blackwood.
Just great people in this community that turn into friends. So again, we're going to try to refer those clients that we are going to drop either because of the distance or...
Yeah, I don't think I have many that I just don't like.
Now, we did last year with our clients, tell our clients that we were not doing 2-week lawns anymore.
Yes.
Which is, what Bill was talking about. And we went to 9 to 12 days, which we had it rotating. So if it was very rainy, like in the early spring, we were doing 9-10 day schedules. And then in the summer when it did slow down a little bit, which it really didn't this much this year.
This year was an awesome year.
We would push them a little
People
further.
will wonder, how can you do a 9 to 12 day schedule when you have weeklies? Well, we also, the 9 to 12, it's so if it falls on a weekly day, we can either move it back some so it's 9 or move it forward a couple of days. That's our agreement we have with people. So
Right. So I hope that answered that question, right? And hopefully doing all that will make us more profitable. We did see a little bit more profit this year with me being out in the field with Carl.
Are you kidding me? That helped a lot. Having the boss out helped a lot.
We never really expected it to bump our, productivity up that much, and it absolutely did.
Yes.
So, I could definitely see that a third person would even help tremendously. But we're still growing with equipment and all that I think we're going to probably take another season to just, find out, adding that equipment and finding out really how we can work together and how many lawns we can get done before.
Yeah, and get everything consolidated and
Yeah,
have all the right
closer
stuff.
back to home.
Then
and
we'll
all
look to
that.
hire somebody.
All our goals, for sure. Okay, another question was, how did we decide where to live? And do we have roots in this area?
No
No
roots at all.
No roots at all.
We came here on vacation in 2009, or was it 2008?
I believe it was like 2009 to 2010 because Jared, our third child, was very young.
We had no idea when we were going to move here. We said we wanted to move here one day to North Carolina. We had no idea where we wanted to move. But we ultimately...
I think we were thinking closer to the beach just because that's where we grew up. We grew up on Jersey Shore.
But after the recession hit in 2008, we ended up losing our job. And I lost our job in 2008, 2009, I think it was.
Yeah, right after Jared was born, actually.
So we were looking for work up there, but it was so bad. Like,
And I still was doing the daycare in the house. You know, so I always ran my own business and was doing that out of the house. But Carl did not have a job at that point.
yeah, nobody was hiring. It was cabinet making. I was in building countertops, doing Formica, and
But
all
that's
that
when
stuff.
you got your, you know, everything happens for a reason. And that's when you got your experience with the tree company. You worked with Reynolds for a really long time.
Really good guy. Taught me some. I worked with another guy who did landscaping and tree work, and he taught me. That's how I do all my edging and everything. He taught me how to do that. I never used a weed eater then.
Yeah.
But we ended up, I guess it was 2010. We said, you know what? We have a little bit of money in the bank, not much, probably enough to get us rent for like 4 or 5 months, and we decided we were packing up and leaving, and we were actually going to move to Hickory, North Carolina. We went there, visited it, everything. And literally 30 days before we were going to go, I said, I don't want to live there.
He threw a wrench in it.
She had all the schools researched, and I said, let's move further west to Asheville, North Carolina. And we dropped the kids off at my mom in Rocky Mount. We drove out there to Asheville, looked at the city, looked around, and I said, well, let's do a lawn care and landscaping business, because we had no idea what we were going to do.
No.
And we just decided August 5th we moved here. I might have been a little bit before, and we started August 5th, 2010. No experience really, just the one couple of years I was working with the one guy, and it was mainly tree service. And we love it here. No family here to fall back on if we needed help. We
Well,
just
closest
absolutely love
family
it.
is about five hours from here. But yeah, we do love it. We've met so many great people here that have become family.
Yes.
And this is where our 4th child was born, and we're definitely here to stay. I can say that we are now starting our roots here in
Yes.
Western North Carolina. So hopefully our children someday will want to stay in this area.
Hopefully one of my sons wants to take
Oh,
over the
here's a
business.
fun question.
What's that?
What if you all could listen to only one music artist or group for the rest of your life? Who would Carl pick and who would Rachel pick?
Who would you pick?
So I would pick the Beatles. I like that laid back music, and I just think that, you know, the Beatles is just one of the greatest bands ever. So that's who I would pick.
Me, I go a completely different way. I need motivation, and I think I'd pick Eminem. I'd listen to all his music all the time. I could sit there, it gets me motivated. I need more of an upbeat, like
Yeah.
faster paced music.
And
to
the
keep me
funny
going.
thing is together, I think that they make the perfect artist that you could survive off of only listening to them.
Yes,
for the rest
unless you don't
of your
like
life.
unless you don't like hip hop.
Yeah, but I love it. So, I mean, those are both great. I didn't even see this
What's that
one. Would you rather fight an alligator or a shark?
Well, good thing I live in Western North Carolina because there ain't alligators or sharks.
What about a bear? You almost
bear?
want a bear. Oh gosh, that
What would you rather fight, an alligator or a shark?
no, neither one. I would run away screaming.
Me, I'd rather fight a shark. You can punch it in the nose, I think, and then get away. An alligator, he grips you, you're done. And usually a shark would bite you and let you go. So
True.
an alligator is going to eat you.
Yeah, an alligator is going. Oh yes, I would not want to do either. And how do you think working together has affected our relationship? I have worked with my wife in the past, and it was a lot easier than a lot of people said it would be. And I really do think it is. Again, we've been together for so long.
22 years. We met in high school. Not
Yeah.
the same high school, but we met
Now,
in high
I
school.
can tell you that, you know, in the beginning, when
She's a little bossy sometimes.
I am a little bossy, but I know it, so it's okay.
But no, we work together. I love it.
Now, in the beginning, when things were not so great, and we questioned it a lot. You know, there were quite a few times that
Where I was like, I don't want to mow no more. I'm
yeah,
done this
he's
business.
done. He's not going out, and I was kind of strapped. I couldn't go help him because we still had young children at home. So I do think that that helped with motivation a little bit this year.
Yes.
So maybe the effects on it were actually a good thing.
Yes.
You know, it gave him that rekindle, like, we can do this. You know, we have been doing better each year. So,
And I gotta say, I love being around her all the time.
and it really is, you know, I just think that if you are in the right relationship and you're happy together, that you guys compromise. That's what we do.
Yes.
A lot of compromise. But we also have 4 children, so we had to learn how to compromise.
Yes. We try not to argue at all in front of them, but I don't think we argue much at all. Only
No.
when you boss me around out in the field.
Yeah,
Like when she doesn't want to cut rose bushes
and when
the
he
right
makes
way.
me prune roses down to like nothing. But good luck. Try working with your wife again. It's fun.
I understand some people can't, but I mean, and some people can. It's easier because we don't have to pay an employee. We make all the profit right now, you know, between the both of us.
So here's another question: How powerful is that Echo PB580T? Is it worth it?
I'm gonna say
We love Echo Means Business, and I think what Echo Means Business, what Echo is doing with that group
It's
is
an awesome
fantastic. The UAG members, the advisory group, you guys can learn a wealth of information through that.
And I think there's a bunch of people on YouTube that do it.
Yes.
Nick does it from One Love Lawn. I think is Wally part of the Echo
Yeah,
Means
Wally
Business,
is
the
part of
Beach
it.
River.
Brad Lloyd is a part of.
I'm not sure
UAG.
all of them, but we
also
watch.
Brad from Copper Creeks. There's so many. So definitely, you know, and they even Echo has the Echo Means Business on YouTube too. So check it out because it has all those different UAG members doing different videos and.
Now about the blower, I'm not going to say anything bad about Echo.
No,
I mean,
it's a powerful blower. I'm not going to say that it's not powerful.
and for the money, yes. It's just my issue with it is the parts availability. When I went to go get a part for the blower that is usually fixed by anybody who can just take a couple screws out and replace. I'd have to wait 2 weeks. Maybe because we don't have a good dealership around here. It's only
Right.
sold
And
at
again,
Ace.
you know, one of actually the Echo representatives reached out to us, which they absolutely did not have to do. They seen our video on the Echo and how it broke, and they emailed us and, you know, told us if we had any issues with getting it fixed to contact them. So that is absolutely a props for them. Now, would we go out and buy another Echo? Probably not.
Probably not a blower. I wouldn't.
You know, after investing in the still, after the Echo breaking, I know that they're on 2 different levels because the one is the 580.
And one's a 700.
700, but it's just a world of difference.
For us, and the fact that I can go to Still and get the parts right away.
Yeah, we have a great dealer who does all the steel products, and he actually, I mean, they have been over backwards for us already, and it hasn't even been with any of the equipment. It was just for a Velke tire.
Yeah.
So,
And if you notice, the boss says Still, I say Still.
yeah. So to each their own.
You know what? My very first weed eater when we started in 2010 was an Echo. And I beat that thing. That thing lasted forever. I beat that thing so bad. Like I was weed eating sides of hills and it held up. It did. And then when I went to, and I thought it was homeowners, but everybody says that Echo sells the same. It's just whether they're bigger or smaller,
Right.
but they're all commercial use, I guess. But when I went to the Still after that, of course, I went to a way bigger weed eater, so it's not even
I mean,
comparable.
really, you've used all types of equipment.
Poland's the worst ever. So sorry. Gotta say that. I will say about that. I bought a blower. It lasted a month.
Yeah, so he really has used everything. When we first started,
Toro I used the Toro self-propelled mower, push mower.
a 21
when we first
inch,
started,
yeah, 21 inch. And then we went ahead and got the riding mower. But here in the mountains, a riding mower is
It's hard.
horrible. But again, we had to deal with that for several years. And the 21 inch, because we just had no other way to be able to take that much money and purchase, commercial equipment.
Yeah.
And then when we were finally able to get the 30-inch Exmark, Carl mowed everything with the 30-inch.
Didn't
Yes.
use any. Only time I used the riding mower is like we had a couple.
And
that
you
were over an
actually
acre.
seen like a big improvement in
Productivity,
your
everything, like everything. Stripes were nice. That's beautiful mower. Only problem, transmission.
Yeah, the transmission here in the mountains doesn't last very long. So, the first time it was covered under warranty and it's acting up again. I
gotta
mean,
fix it,
it's
probably.
definitely not running to its best ability. So, but I think that might be everything. I think we answered all the questions. Do we have anything else that we wanted to add on any of the questions?
I don't know. I mean, thanks for asking us, guys. And remember,
Yeah.
anytime you need advice, questions. I mean, I don't know everything.
No, we don't know everything, and we watch YouTube just like you guys
To learn
I mean,
things from.
I do
everyone.
even. So we watch it together, and we learn from all of you. And this has been a great community.
Did we answer the one about how YouTube has affected us
No.
or social media? I thought I seen one there.
Oh, really? Maybe I didn't see that.
I thought I seen somebody ask that question. I have to say, with the whole YouTube thing, I actually called in the beginning of the year Massey, and he was saying how we should get into doing it. And very shy person, never would talk to much of anybody, especially in front of a camera. I mean, but kind of everybody goes through that. But
If you go back to our first couple videos, he was just bringing me home footage without saying anything, and I had to overdub it all.
yes,
So-
but it has made this industry so much more enjoyable, so much more. It's given me a lot of motivation seeing that the amount of money people can make in this industry, just all the help out there, the friendly people. I mean, just it's made this year just amazing, and for years to come. I mean, even if this whole thing dies down, I think I'll still record videos just to put it on there, and that way we have.
No,
you
it
can
is
go back
fun,
and
right,
look
you
years
can-
down the road and say this is where we've come from. Mm-hmm. Everybody can do that.
Right. It's a learning thing. Your biggest growth is going to be from you guys doing trial and error and learning on yourselves.
Yes.
And, as much as you want to look up what's the answer, how do I start my business? How do I do it? Really, it has to be your determination and your drive and your motivation.
Yeah, you gotta, even when you're having down days, when you're not making much money, because we've been there in the winter time.
Yeah.
We've struggled, had to get help from different places. I mean, you just got to pick yourself up and keep going, man. You're not going to get anywhere. if
I
you
mean,
don't.
just think about the alternative. Carl and I would both be working 40 hours a week. Probably he would be afternoon shift, I would be evening shift, or vice versa. And then our children don't have both parents here.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have help with school. They're latchkey kids.
And
And then we're not even making that much.
Yeah.
I mean, 40 hours at, a regular job, we would be killing ourselves, and that is when I think we would be hurting.
Yes.
We wouldn't see each other. We wouldn't have that communication time, that family time that you so really need.
And in the end, we do this for our 4 children. We bust our butt so they can have things that we might not have had when we're growing up. You can make a big business out of this if you're determined and you really want to. I mean, we've
Yes.
seen the growth over the 7 years that we've done it. We've seen tremendous. We've gone through tremendous things and
Yes.
seen the growth that we can possibly get.
So I say get out there and grind
Yes.
and start your own business. I mean, I don't think it's ever too late. There's always even stuff that you can do in the winter by, you see somebody's yard that needs to be cleaned up, then, hey, just go throw them a price. You never
Yeah.
know.
We're cutting bamboo down for the whole winter.
Yeah.
And probably the spring. So,
There's so much there.
but and then we'll get a video up too of the progress of the trailer in the next couple of days probably. We've gotten all the boards drilled on it, and now I just got to paint the trailer, sand it, and paint it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And try to be happy.
Be happy.
You'll live longer.